Hey guys, what's up? I'm Dustin Dean. I just kind of want to share with you of how I feed my chickens. What I have is fermented wet grain. That's wet grain. It smells delicious. I don't know what it is about fermented grain, but it makes me like want to eat it. I've never tasted it. No, I'm not gonna do it. So how I normally feed the chickens is I walk in there, I have 4 bowls out, and they're like a mob. They just mob you, and I can't hardly get a scoop in there. So I'm trying a new method of how to feed the chickens. Okay, it's gonna get loud because I have demon-possessed geese. They're attack geese. So like I said, is I have my bowl set out, and I walk along and I scoop in here, and they mob me. And so I've got this. I did this yesterday and it worked out great. And I think I'm gonna keep doing that. So I divide it up out here. Can't hardly walk. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Now what I think I might do is I might build a shelf because the hard part is once I fill these up is I'm thinking about building a little shelf right here, and I can set all 4 and I can walk around and grab them. So this is my new method of feeding the chickens. The only fear I have is that they're going to push this fence open and overtake me. And they're almost as bad as the pigs. I got a funny joke for you guys. I always tell my kids, when you go in the pig pen, always be sure to write your name on the inside of your hat, because pigs don't eat hats, and that way I could know which kid it ate. I tell them that, and I tell them that to respect the pigs, but they've been around pigs long enough. They don't believe that story because they know pigs will eat a hat too.
Look at this.
I know. They're bullshit against that. That's my fear.
You gotta hug that mom.
So this is kind of cool. I'm actually wasting less grain because the way I was doing it before, they're trying to eat and then it's landing on their heads and it's falling on the ground and they're trampling it in the ground, and this way too I can kind of get an idea of getting all 4 equal. And fermented grain, I think, goes a little bit further in their digestive system. I think it converts to more of a fat ratio, and that's just, I don't know if that's fact. It's just kind of my thinking, as alcohol has a lot of sugar in it, and that's pretty much fermented having alcohol in it, and I don't know, it makes sense to me.
That's the angry mob.
Angry mob.
Walking through a landmine.
Feels like it. Okay. So if you kind of hold them, and I'll put them out. So that's why I need to build a shelf. And I try to get this part where I heard it. That way, you bug them. Grandma turkey. How did these guys get out?
I think they escaped out through the gate.
You guys escaped. I heard them back. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Should we call you a chicken tender?
You know what? This is where I miss Zip.
I know.
Zip has never killed a bird or hurt a bird, but he herds birds, and he's good at it. So he'd round them up and he'd chase them in so fast. They did a good job. I think that's because there's food in there, but when there's not food in there, they don't want to go in there. And Zip, aka Angry Dog, make sure they went in there. And I've noticed too that the big birds kind of stay in their own area because they're extremely mean to the little birds. I don't know if I like the setup. They're just so, like, they're demon possessed geese. They'll latch onto a little chicken and they just don't let go. They'll just hold on and hold on and hold on to where I've walked in there. I had to grab the goose and pry its little beak open to let go of it, because it's like, after a minute, it's still holding it's like a little too aggressive. You guys want to know my method, so you'll see that there's still a little bit of grain in there. I'm not worried about that, and that has a little bit of that, carries that little bit of fermentation of the yeast. It's kind of like sourdough bread. It's just got just enough yeast in there to start another batch. That's why I don't clean out my buckets. Just don't clean out your buckets. 2 scoops. I feed them 4 scoops a day, so I have another bucket that has the fermentation. You know, and then we just put a gallon of water in this, and 3 days later they'll be eating this. So you've got the grain in here, full gallon of water, and I just dump it. Might get a little bit on the sides, that kind of rinses it down, but that's about all the work I do. I just dump this gallon in here, and I don't stir it. That's just extra work. I've got other things I've got to get doing, and that's it. I just store that somewhere for 3 days. We're storing it in our house because it's getting in freezing levels outside, and so it's going to be a block of ice, and that doesn't make very easy to feed chickens with a block of ice. So I just store this inside the house, and it does make your house smell like a brewery. So that's going to change as the weather warms up. This won't turn to ice, and I'll be able to store it outside. That's all there is to it, guys. I don't even stir it. It's done. It's 3 days later, that'll smell like a little bit like alcohol, and you know it's done then. I've noticed like 4 days into it, it starts to mold, and so 3 days is about the perfect time I've found, and it might be different to where you live too. And so that's how I feed my chickens. Let me know what you guys think about this this method, and I'm liking it. And the birds seem, that's something that me and Shikara has noticed, that the eggs seem heavier, and the yolk still is it's still a dark color. It's good, but it just seems like it's more heavier, like more yolkier, and maybe that's a good thing. I don't know, it just seems like the eggs are heavier. We've even taken different eggs and, like, you know, we don't have a scale because we don't have one, and I'm not going to go buy a scale just for to measure an egg, but I got the old this scale here, and so that's our method.